struggle with the Dogri language. Uh, but everyone says in this day and age, the, the kind of the soul languages of this country, like Dogri, are dying. And to keep it alive, the next generation, like myself, have the mediums of Hindi and English to keep it alive. And so that is the effort of the Kuvar Yogi Memorial Trust, that we promote Dogra culture with the use of the common language, with Hindi and English, to keep the Dogra culture and the ethos of Dugar land alive. So I just want to, before I begin and read Lalit Mangotra sir's excellent paper, just by a show of hands, how many of you know how many regions are there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir? Just by a show of hands.
Don't ask such a easy question.
Okay, how many of you know that there are 3 regions in Jammu and Kashmir?
जो रहते हैं वो उनको नहीं पता
Okay.
विडम्बना तो
So basically, yeah. So basically, the state of Jammu and Kashmir is divided into 3 parts. There is Jammu, there is Kashmir, and there is Ladakh. Now, primarily, when you're in the newsroom like me, you only get to hear about Kashmir, and to a majority of the country, they think Jammu and Kashmir is just Kashmir. So whenever we get a bite from the state government and it's in Kashmiri, they always come to me and say that, sir, आपको उसी state से आपको कश्मीरी आती होगी। मेरे को बिल्कुल कश्मीरी है। Okay, I don't eat Kashmiri, I don't talk Kashmiri, I don't dress like a Kashmiri. So what the status right now is that the identity of the Duggars is pretty much non-existent in the understanding of the pan-India context. And the significance of Lalit Mangotra sir's paper is that it talks about valor. So basically, the majority of the soldiers who defend our border today, BSF, Army, ITBP, majority of it is staffed with boys from the Jammu region, the Dogras. And valor is a central theme of Duggar culture. Do you know the first war hero of independent India? The first recipient of the Mahavir Chakra of independent India was a general from Baguna, which is a village in Jammu, Brigadier Rajendra Singh Jamwal. And the Dogra Empire, which came after the fall of the Sikh Empire, was the only empire in India which expanded India's border, boundaries. And Dr. Karan Singh talked about this yesterday. While the Marathas fought inside the country, while the Rajputs of Rajasthan, they also defended the borders inside the country, the Dogras were the first to expand the empire. So valor is a very central aspect of Dogra culture. Every second family, and in fact every family in Jammu, they have multiple amounts of their male members who are serving at the border or are serving in the CR. So valor has always been a central theme of Dogra culture, and that's something Lalit sir talks about. So before I get to that, Kuvar Yogi, who was my grandfather and a celebrated Dogri poet, he had this couplet about Dogra valor in his book Ghar, which you can find outside the Kuvar Yogi Memorial Trust store. It goes something like this. हाथ जोड़कर वंदन करना, हाथ जोड़कर वंदन करना, गए जो जम्मू नगर, हाथ जोड़कर वंदन करना, गए जो जम्मू नगर, शीश झुकाकर उसकी मिट्टी का करना आदर, शीश झुकाकर उसकी मिट्टी का करना आदर, रक्त से इसको सिंचित करते बेटे शेर जवान, रक्त से इसको सिंचित करते बेटे शेर जवान, बेशक बंजर कहलाता पर वीरों का घर, बेशक बंजर कहलाता पर वीरों का घर. Without further ado, I'll start with the title of this paper is Dogri Folk Ballads, the signifier of social and cultural ethos of the Dogras, and goes into the history of the Dogra heroes. From time immemorial, human beings have universally adopted certain values and ideals like truth, justice, freedom, right to earn a livelihood, which form the foundation of almost all civil societies.
Can you go tell someone
History has
mic?
also witnessed that these ideals have come in conflict
Actually, it's not
with the interests of the ambitious and powerful people in the society who have tried to subvert these basic principles so essential for the well-being of society for their personal gains. If one critically looks at the human history at any point of time, the societies and countries appear to be ruled by individuals or groups of individuals who are adept in manipulation, treachery, doublespeak, and are imposters of high ideals. On the other hand, societies have survived and flourished due to the high moral values which run deep into the fabric of the society and are cherished by common people. These values and ideals, for some inexplicable reason, persist in spite of the apparent impression of their being at discount. There are legends and folktales of exceptionally fearless and upright individuals who have risen from time to time to uphold the high ideals and moral values at the peril of their own lives. In the difficult and trying times, these legends become the source of inspiration for the next generation and keep these principles and ideals alive. The Dogra land, which spans between the high mountain ranges of Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar in the north, and extending up to the plains of Punjab in the south, and from Satluj in the east to the Manyavar Tavi in the west, is rich in its tradition of folklore and folk literature in various forms. A very prominent form of folk poetry, which flourished in the past and is surviving till date, is the folk ballad. There are two categories of folk ballads that are very popular in the Dogri language. One is called bars and the other is called karaks. Bars are poetic narration of the valor and courage exhibited by warrior heroes, mostly in battlefields, and karaks are sagas of the supreme sacrifices made by individuals who laid down their lives for a moral or a social cause. Bars and karaks are sung by daris and garadis, the professional folk singers of the Dogra region. The heroes of bars and karaks are treated as icons of the culture. This reverence and respect is so deep-rooted that with the passage of time, most of the heroes of karaks have attained the status of folk deities, with temples and shrines having been built for people to worship them. The qualities and moralistic attributes of these heroes and the values they try to uphold have been treasured by the masses in the form of these ballads, and hence, these depict the social and cultural ethos of the Dogra community. For this study, three of the most popular folk ballads of the Dogra region have been selected. The first of these is called The Karak of Baba Jitto. It's an account of the life and deeds of a peasant Jitwal. This Karak, which contains 319 lines in its present form, is perhaps the most well-known and popular of all the Karaks. The story goes something like this. Jitmal was born more than 500 years ago in a hilly village, Kahar, near Katra, Vaishno Devi. He had to migrate along with his young daughter to Jhiri in the lower plains of Jammu in search of livelihood. On his request, the Wazir of Jammu, Mehta Bir Singh, leased out to him a piece of infertile land after making him enter into a contract that 1/4 of the yield from the land will go to Mehta. Jitmal, by dint of his hard labor and toil, was able to convert that barren piece of land into a high-yielding fertile field. At the time of the harvest, it had a rich growth of high-quality crop. Mehta Bir Singh was astonished to see the quantity and quality of the crop. Greed took control of him and he tried to forcibly grab the yield of wheat crop, much more than what had been agreed in the land lease. Jitmal tried to reason with Mehta, but it was of no avail. Jitmal tried to resist the forcible and unjustified grabbing of the crop by Mehta and his goons. Finding the situation beyond his control, Jitmal leaped and stood over the heap of wheat. He thrust his own dagger in his belly and uttered the words, "Oh Mehta, you need not eat only the wheat. I mix my meat in it." And in Dogri it goes something like this. Sukki kanak nin khaya. Sukki kanak nin khaya. Sukki kanak ni khaya mehte. Sukki kanak ni khaya mehte. Dinna maas rulaiye. Dinna maas rulaiye. Saying thus, he laid down his life. Jitmal's young daughter also immolated herself on her father's funeral pyre. According to the Karak, the curse of Jitmal and his daughter made Mehta Bir Singh go through a very miserable life, and he was subjected to unlimited sufferings. Lakhs of people from all over Jammu and adjoining Punjab gather annually to pay homage and tribute to Baba Jitto in Jhiri, where he sacrificed his life, and also at Gahar, his birthplace. At both these places, his temples have been erected. Baba Jitto has emerged as the first peasant hero of the Dugar land, who sacrificed his life for the right of peasants. The second ballad is the Bar of Dido Jamwal, which revolves around the life of Mia Dido, who was born in Jagati near Jammu city. Dido. Dido.
Dido.
Sorry about that. फिर से बोला क्या?
अंग्रेजी भी ना बोलता जेडी तू बोलना
Dido.
Dido.
अच्छा Jagti. Near Jammu city in the year 1780. At that time, Jammu was under the control of Maharaja Ranjit Singh of Punjab, who ruled from Lahore. The Dogra region of Jammu was subjected to frequent invasions and acts of loot perpetrated by armed invaders from Punjab. The situation was so grim and chaotic that according to folklore, people would knead the flour at one place, cook at another, and eat at yet another location. Dido, soon after attaining adulthood, pledged to strive for the freedom of Dogras from foreign rule of Punjab and for their right to live peacefully in their own land. Till his death at the age of 40, he continued his armed struggle persistently in the face of the mighty adversary for achieving his goal. In spite of many desperate attempts by the Lahore Darbar through armed contingents, Dido could neither be captured nor killed. Dido had a strong support of the local population for whom he was a savior of their honor and freedom. He mainly attacked the police thana set up by the ruling authorities and fought the armed troops sent to subjugate or eliminate him through guerrilla warfare and invariably succeeded in defeating and demoralizing them. It was Dido's grit which ran through Jammu region. Tired and weary of the influence of Dido, the Punjab Darbar vested the responsibility of restoring order to another Dogra warrior, Gulab Singh, who had proved his mettle as a brave soldier and a war tactician at other fronts in Punjab. Gulab Singh succeeded in his efforts in due course of time, and Mia Dido was martyred near Vaishno Devi. Obviously, the official historians at those times, mostly commissioned by the rulers, did not make any mention of Dido, or if they did, they showed him in a very poor light and portrayed him unfairly as a dacoit and a thief. However, Dido's story and deeds survive through folklore and folk ballads. The bar sung over the centuries by Daris is a testimony to the reverence and love with which the people cherish the memories of this great freedom fighter.
लास्ट पढ़ो और बस
हाँ, last
अंग्रेजी का ये टाइम नहीं है डोगरी का
ठीक
time।
है ठीक है अच्छा अच्छा
डोगरी आउंदी है तू तो क्लास लेना डोगरी पढ़ियो
ठीक है so in conclusion I'll say this. The central themes of these three folk ballads, these two words which I've told you, of Duggal concern three basic tenets which form the pillars of any civilized society, namely justice, right to freedom, and the right to earn a livelihood. Curiously enough, the incidents which are the subject of these ballads pertain to feudal times, when such concepts and ideas were taboo. Not only that the heroes of these legends, though coming from humble and ordinary backgrounds, took cudgels with and stood up against the mighty ruling feudal lords at those times. They must have had the support of the masses as they are representing the societal values of common people. The popularity of these ballads and the iconic stature of these heroes is strong evidence of this fact. A hero is normally a person who accomplishes something which the common people desire to do, but cannot do due to various reasons like lack of courage. With the passage of time, the number of people who gather at the shrines of these martyrs has increased manifold, indicating thus the universality of the values for which they lay down their lives. Incidentally, the relevance of these folk ballads continue not to have been more than, but more essential and more vibrant only in the present time.